Hello, what's the secret for today? In 2024, a Portuguese archaeologist found a centuries-old map that led to 250 gold-filled shipwrecks, rivaling the Caribbean in density. Ancient galleons, AI sonar, and deep-sea robots uncovered sealed chests untouched for 300 years, royal relics, gold bars, even a lost empire's treasure near Australia. So how much treasure still lies hidden beneath the waves, and who will find it next? Let's dive in. It was supposed to be just another day in the office, a routine study tracing the journey of a single merchant vessel that vanished in the year 1650. But buried in the brittle pages of an old admiral's logbook, Portuguese marine archaeologist Alexandre Monteiro came across something completely unexpected: a crude hand-drawn map, a list of coordinates, and a haunting note scrawled in the margin. It read, "Never reached Lisbon. Storm or sabotage is unknown. Cargo secured." Most scholars would have turned the page and moved on. Monteiro didn't. Instead, he cross-referenced those mysterious coordinates with modern satellite imagery. Then he initiated sonar scans off Portugal's coast. What followed wasn't just a breakthrough, it was an explosion of maritime history. Monteiro uncovered not just one lost vessel, but 8,620 shipwrecks right there in Portuguese waters. 250 of those wrecks are believed to be packed with gold. We're talking ancient coins, gold bars, and priceless royal relics. Some went down in brutal storms. Others were claimed by warfare, piracy, or even acts of betrayal. According to the latest data from UNESCO's Underwater Cultural Heritage Division, more than 3 million shipwrecks rest on the ocean floor worldwide. But Monteiro's find? It ranks among the most densely packed concentrations of historic wreckage ever recorded, outmatching even the Caribbean in historical volume. So while treasure hunters dream of striking gold at sea, one archaeologist armed with a pen, a map, and a stubborn instinct just might have rewritten maritime history. But finding over 8,600 shipwrecks wasn't some lucky break. It was the result of cutting-edge science, and the ocean finally surrendered her secrets. After Alexandre Monteiro identified the first galleon loaded with gold, the mission intensified. This wasn't about old sailor stories anymore. Now it was about hard data, artificial intelligence, and precision tools built for the modern age of exploration. Using high-resolution satellite archaeology, researchers swept across the coastal waters of Portugal, scanning for tiny irregularities, patterns in the seabed didn't belong. Each one, a possible shipwreck waiting to be revealed. Then sonar came into play. With it, scientists became digital cartographers of the deep, firing acoustic pulses into the darkness below. One by one, ghostly outlines of sunken ships began to emerge on their screens. But not all these wrecks are easy to reach. Some lie deeper than 10,000 feet, where sunlight dies and pressure can crush metal like paper. That's where remote-operated vehicles came in. These robotic submarines, controlled from onboard research vessels, descended into the abyss. They scanned ship hulls, captured ultra-detailed images, and even retrieved small but priceless artifacts. To back up the tech, the team turned to history, cross-referencing detailed records from the 17th and 18th centuries. Every time a sonar signal aligned with a lost ship documented in a centuries-old logbook, the evidence grew stronger. According to the latest data from the European Marine Observation and Data Network, more than 140,000 underwater anomalies have now been cataloged around the world. Many are likely shipwrecks. But what sets Monteiro's team apart is their fusion of artificial intelligence, robotics, and meticulous historical analysis. For the first time, science didn't just locate lost ships, it confirmed treasure. Off the coast of Portugal, 250 shipwrecks were found, filled with gold. Among the discoveries, ceremonial artifacts, jeweled relics, and centuries-old coins stamped with imperial emblems. One Spanish galleon, sunk in the 17th century, still held sealed wooden chests, untouched for over 300 years. Elsewhere, near Australia, researchers located the remains of an 1816 ship owned by one of Portugal's richest traders. In its hull were over 6,000 silver coins minted in Lisbon, packed in wax-sealed crates. It's the first Portuguese shipwreck ever found in Australian waters. But the story goes deeper. These wrecks held more than treasure. Divers recovered rusted sabers, Roman amphora, shattered pottery, naval armor, and even fragments of ancient fabric. Some ships were merchant vessels, others unmistakably warships, and a few might have carried secrets nations never meant to reveal. According to the Global Ocean Exploration Council, more than 1 million shipwrecks rest at the bottom of Earth's oceans. The estimated value of still unrecovered treasure? Over $60 billion. Take the steamship city of Cairo, which sank carrying 2,000 boxes of silver coins, totaling 122 tons. Its resting place is even deeper than the Titanic. This isn't just about gold. It's about what we haven't found yet. Every wreck is a silent chapter of history, waiting to be read. Before we continue, I have a special 10-second request for all of you listening. If you can help me in any way, just press the notification bell and hit that subscribe button. It means the world. It really supports this channel. And if you do that for me, I promise my team and I will do everything we can to make this show even better for you. Deal? Consider the cautionary tale of the Prince de Conti, a French vessel lost in the year 1746 during a violent storm off the coast of Brittany. It carried precious cargo, fine Chinese porcelain, rare tea, and over 100 solid gold ingots destined for the French elite. For more than 200 years, the ship remained hidden beneath layers of silt and silence, until 1975, when a group of local divers stumbled upon its remains. Instead of reporting the find, as required under French maritime law, the divers made a decision that would echo across decades. They disclosed only a few cannons and some ceramic shards. What they failed to mention was the gold. According to Interpol's Cultural Property Division, each of those gold bars was valued between $125,000 and $231,000. Quietly and illegally, many of the ingots were sold to collectors, museums, and private buyers across Europe. Some even surfaced in the United States, including in the home of an elderly couple in Florida who unknowingly purchased stolen gold. When international investigators finally caught up with the divers, the consequences were severe. They were charged with money laundering, trafficking in cultural goods, and participating in organized crime. But beyond the legal fallout, experts pointed to something far greater: the irreversible loss of cultural heritage. The discovery of the Prince de Conti could have been a symbol of national pride. Instead, it became a cautionary tale, one that spanned continents and unfolded over nearly 50 years. And this problem isn't history. According to UNESCO's most recent report, illegal underwater artifact sales still thrive. Every year, over $3 billion worth of cultural property, much of it from shipwrecks, is trafficked on the global black market. So when archaeologists uncover a wreck, the gold is only part of the story. The rest? It's about who preserves it and who tries to steal it. Modern explorers may recover coins and cargo, but archaeologists see something deeper. Every wreck is a historical marker, proof of a world once powered by sea trade, where the fate of entire empires rose and fell with the tides. Beginning in the 15th century, nations like Portugal and Spain launched massive maritime campaigns. Their ships sailed across the Atlantic, through the Indian Ocean, and into the South China Sea, carrying gold, silver, spices, silk, and enslaved lives. With each expedition came peril, violent storms, mutiny, piracy, and war. Many of the 250 wrecks discovered off Portugal's coast weren't isolated accidents. According to leading historians, these vessels were part of what's now known as the Golden Triangle of maritime trade, a vast and dangerous network that connected Europe, Africa, Asia, and the Americas. Further east, Ottoman warships patrolled the Mediterranean. To the north, Roman supply ships ferried goods from North Africa to Gaul. And all across these routes? Wealth and violence. In fact, analysis from the Global Historical Shipping Survey confirms that nearly 60% of all European shipwrecks between the years 1400 and 1800 were linked to conflict. Many were sunk in battle, or went down carrying weapons and troops. And it wasn't only Europe's story. Artifacts found in several Portuguese wrecks trace back to North Africa, India, and China, evidence that vessels from far-flung empires were part of this tangled maritime economy, drawn in through commerce, diplomacy, or force. Some wrecks show their violent end, clearly scorched timbers, shattered cannons, hulls pierced by iron shot. Others sank more quietly, buried under centuries of sand, but still telling stories in silence. So yes, the gold is real. But each coin is just the surface. If you could explore one empire's lost ships, Roman, Spanish, Ottoman, or Portuguese, which would it be, and why? Drop your answer in the comments. Your curiosity helps keep these histories alive. We've covered the hard evidence, the gold, the warfare, the charts, and the tech. But beneath all that, there are shadows science hasn't fully explained. Among the 250 shipwrecks discovered off Portugal's coast, a small number are known not just for their cargo but for what they leave behind. Divers call them cursed. Some speak of ghostly sightings, sudden equipment failure, and eerie silence interrupted by unexplained sounds deep beneath the surface. In maritime folklore, vessels that disappear without explanation are often referred to as ghost fleets. And it turns out the stories aren't just fiction. According to the latest Global Maritime Superstitions Review, more than 14% of surveyed salvage divers reported unexplained experiences during expeditions. These include drastic temperature drops, strange mechanical failures, and fleeting shadows in zero visibility zones. What's more, some researchers have started to ask whether these ship clusters might mark something bigger, perhaps the remnants of coastal civilizations now completely underwater. It's a bold theory. Most archaeologists remain cautious. Yet recent sonar imaging off the Iberian Shelf revealed formations that, at least visually, resemble urban layouts. Adding to the debate, a research team from the Instituto de Arqueologia Submarina de Cadiz released preliminary data on what could be submerged megalithic structures. Their findings suggest that pre-Roman human activity may have once flourished in areas now consumed by the Atlantic. The scientific community is still divided, but the mystery refuses to sink. Because in archaeology, even with all our tools and data, not every question has an answer. And it's that uncertainty that keeps us searching, diving, and discovering. For the divers and archaeologists working on these 250 shipwrecks, the mission wasn't just technical, it was deeply personal. With every artifact recovered, there's a sobering awareness each piece belonged to someone. It had a purpose. It had a story. And that weight stays with the team long after they surface. Fear is part of the job. Divers have reported moments of real danger, fearing a structural collapse inside fragile wreckage, the risk of getting trapped, or worse, or accidentally destroying the very history they came to preserve. According to the latest safety review by the International Association of Maritime Archaeology, more than 60% of underwater archaeologists have experienced at least one serious incident. These range from equipment failure to near entrapment in unstable wreck environments. And then comes the ethical dilemma. Once an item is recovered, what should be done with it? Some finds go straight to museums. Others are sold to help finance future expeditions. But the most challenging decisions often surround personal belongings, items like rings, tools, or religious tokens, objects that carry human emotion as much as historical value. These aren't just sunken treasures, they are remnants of real lives. And unlike in adventure films, there's no clear script. Because this work isn't a game. It's real exploration carried out by real people who often return from the depths changed. Each dive is a confrontation with the unknown and a reflection on what we choose to honor, preserve, and protect. Coming face to face with the past isn't just about discovery, it's about responsibility. The 250 shipwrecks uncovered off Portugal's coast are not only evidence of unimaginable wealth. They reveal forgotten trade routes, lost languages, and the lives of people long erased from the maps. Through preservation efforts, historians have traced connections between West African coastal ports, Iberian merchants, and indigenous societies in South America, uncovering a vast and complex web of global interaction rarely detailed in textbooks. According to the report by the UNESCO World Heritage Center, maritime archaeological finds from the past 10 years have led to the official reclassification of at least 19 historic trade routes. These updated maps are now helping scholars reshape our understanding of how empires grew and how different cultures met, exchanged, and often clashed. But with discovery comes a decision. Will we treat these shipwrecks as shared cultural heritage, preserved, studied, and made accessible to the world? Or as private property bought, sold, and lost to history? Not every artifact ends up in a museum. Some are sold at auction. Others disappear into private hands. And with each piece that vanishes, so does an opportunity to understand where we come from and what we've become. These shipwrecks are more than sunken chapters. They are reflections. Every coin has a journey. Every artifact carries a voice. And with each recovery, we are faced with the choice: do we preserve the past or privatize it? Do you think recovered treasures should belong to nations, museums, or the people who find them? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and follow the channel to discover more interesting things. After exploring the 250 shipwrecks loaded with gold off Portugal's coast, one question still lingers: what if the ocean itself is the treasure? It may sound impossible, but according to the latest research, the world's oceans are estimated to contain over $771 trillion worth of gold, dissolved in the water itself. Every liter of seawater holds about 13 billionths of a gram of gold. That's not a myth. It's measurable. The trace amounts come from underwater volcanic activity, mineral erosion, and hydrothermal vents. This gold exists everywhere, but extracting it is the challenge. Back in the 1890s, an American con artist named Prescott Ford Jernigan claimed he had invented a machine that could pull gold directly from seawater. Investors flooded him with cash. Then one day he disappeared, taking every dollar with him. But seawater isn't the only place gold hides. Beneath the ocean floor lies something even more staggering. According to planetary geologists, Earth's core is believed to contain 16 times more gold than everything humans have mined throughout history combined. 16 times more. Of course, that kind of gold remains far beyond our reach. It's a prize trapped thousands of miles below the surface, a dream where science blurs into obsession and ambition edges toward fantasy. Still, the pursuit goes on. Because gold doesn't just shine. It pulls, not just at our curiosity, but at something deeper. According to the latest data from the European Oceanographic Survey, less than 20% of the Atlantic seabed has been mapped in high resolution. That means tens of thousands of shipwrecks may still be waiting, buried beneath centuries of sediment, salt, and silence. Some of these wrecks are known. They appear in old naval records, their last coordinates scribbled into fading logs. But they've never been found. And what lies ahead may go far beyond gold. Future discoveries could reveal ancient civilizations swallowed by rising seas, forgotten trade networks, or technologies abandoned and erased by time. And the ones who find them? They might not be university teams or national institutions. It could be a lone researcher scanning archives. A ship captain follows sonar data from a century-old map. Or someone opening a forgotten document in an attic, holding coordinates that history overlooked. Even nature itself plays a role. One massive storm, one tectonic shift, and the ocean floor changes, exposing what was hidden for hundreds of years. Because the next great find isn't just about treasure. It's about knowledge. And whoever uncovers it won't just rewrite maps, they'll reshape history. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support means a lot to us. Click on the video that appears on your screen right now. I hope you'll love this content. Comment below about the next topic you'd like to see featured on our channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.